Hi, I'm JR. I'm an expat here in Saigon, Vietnam. A lot of my friends ask me questions about life in Vietnam, and today I'd like to share some of the answers. I've always got friends visiting, usually from the United States, sometimes from Europe, and every time someone comes here, they have to go through a process called visa on arrival. The visa on arrival in Vietnam is just not very simple, fairly complicated, and if you don't get it right, it's going to really cost you as far as time and sometimes money. Now let's talk about who needs a visa on arrival. If you're flying into Vietnam to Hanoi, Da Nang, or Saigon, you may have to go through the visa on arrival process. If you're from the ASEAN country, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, places like that, you really don't have to if you're going to stay less than 21 days. But most other countries, unless they have an exemption, which some countries get exemptions basically as tourist promos, you're going to need a visa. So let's try to go through this visa on arrival process step by step to avoid any pitfalls that you might encounter. The things you'll need for your visa on arrival, first is your passport. And your passport needs to have 6 months remaining time before it expires. If it doesn't, you won't be able to get a visa on arrival. Another thing you're going to need is passport style photos, 4 by 6 centimeters. You need 2, you probably will only have to use 1, but the instructions clearly say bring 2. Another thing you're going to need is a visa on arrival letter. The visa on arrival letter is issued by the government, but it's sold through travel agencies. Most travel agencies have online applications and payment systems to make it easy for you. The company that I use is called VivuTravel. I've had really good luck with them. I'll put a link to VivuTravel below. I've had probably 15 visas done by them. I've recommended them to my friends. They even helped me get my 1-year visa. So I've been real happy with VivuTravel. No complaints. If you don't want to try VivuTravel, of course you're welcome to try another company. There's a lot of them advertising online. You can Google them, and I'm sure you'll come up with somebody good. The visa on arrival letter has to accompany you when you board a flight to Vietnam and also when you arrive. So you need that to be able to make the trip to Vietnam. There's also an entry form required when you come into the country. You can fill it out in advance, or you can fill it out in the airport. It's a lot easier to fill it out in advance and bring it with you. There's really no tricks to it. It has your name and address and things like that on it. But one thing you really need to do right is where on that form it says to put relatives down. Well, be sure and put somebody in there. Even if you don't have any relatives, put a friend's name or something in there. Or when you go to the visa on arrival windows at the airport, your forms will be kicked back. You also want to bring your entry fees in US dollars. If you don't bring your fees in US dollars, the chances are you'll get your change in Vietnam Dong. And if you do, you won't get the exchange rate that you want. It's going to cost you extra money. So be sure and bring exact change in US dollars to pay for your visa on arrival. The current fees for entering Vietnam for a 1 or a 3-month single entry visa is $25. A multi-entry visa is $50 for a 1 or 3-month visa. So if you're planning on visiting other countries while you're in Vietnam, you should go ahead and get the multi-entry visa. When you enter the airport, you'll need to go to the visa on arrival area. The visa on arrival area is before you get to the passport control line. So whatever you do, don't go through passport control first, because you'll just get turned around and sent back to the window. You need to take your passport, your visa letter, your entry form, and your passport pictures and turn them in at that window, at the counter, and basically wait. After a while, they'll call your name. You may not understand it because they don't always pronounce it too well. Usually they'll call me Zame. My name's James. But you'll be able to figure it out. It's sometimes just a little tricky. When they call your name, you're going to go to the Visa on arrival cashier. At the cashier station, you'll pay your fee. They're going to put a stamp in your passport that takes up an entire passport page. So be sure and check it, make sure the dates and everything are right, and then you can take that and proceed to passport control. I'm going to head out now and go have some coffee. I'll be thinking of anything I might have forgotten, and if I come up with anything, I'll add it to the video later. I'm here at the coffee house in Vietnam today. It's Saigon, and it's a good place to hang out. It's kind of a noisy place to make a video, but still, coffee's good, and it's a very comfortable atmosphere. After you get your visa on arrival and you make it through passport control, one tip for sure is watch out for the taxis outside. Sometimes you can get in the wrong taxi and it'll wind up costing you a fortune to get to your destination. When you exit the building, to the left, in Saigon, when you exit the building, to the left, there's a regular taxi line with metered taxis. That's who you want to take. If you've arranged for a Grab car, make sure that you check the license plate number of the Grab car. Don't get in it someone that says they're a Grab car, or you will wind up paying a lot more money. Overall, the process isn't that difficult, but it can be very time consuming. If there's a lot of people or several flights have arrived at the same time, sometimes the wait can be 45 minutes to an hour easily. If you're meeting somebody at the airport, be sure and allow time for this process, and so your friends don't have to wait on you for a long time. Before I understood this, a lot of times I'd come to the airport and then wind up having to wait an hour or hour and a half for people to come out after their flight had arrived. So take that into consideration when you're planning your trip. I hope this helps you get through your visa on arrival process easily. If there's anything that you need to know, just put it in the comments below and I'll try to answer it for you. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks.